Alright, I've been fooling with these birds all morning. They have made a fool out of me. I believe they're 2-year-olds. It's 3 of them. I believe they let their hens out walk them. I hung them up back here on the ridge. I was actually on the opposite ridge across the road over there, but I hung them up there, and I think their hens pulled away from them because they really covered some ground down across this ravine and went all the way up on that opposite ridge up there. And they answered me every time, but they were covering ground and they were walking away quick. So I went about 80 yards that way, and I did 3 different hen calls, rotating between them, just to sound like a group of hens over here. And then it like I said, they answered me every time, but it never turned them around. So when I left, I went back across the road over on what and I made some gobble calls, some half gobbles, and then some Jake yelps. And that fired them up. That turned them around. I could hear them coming back. So I got back over here on this side of the road, up here on the side of the ridge, got set up, right over there on the other side of that deadfall right there. Really helped me because they all popped out on the log, and I thought they were going to pin me down. I mean, I'm camoed up really good, got my face mask and everything on, but they didn't make me. So I started just looking at beards, and all 3 of the beards looked pretty much the same. The last one to pop up on the log looked like it might be a little bit better. So when they came out from around, the deadfall over there, the old pine deadfall, the one that's right there, when they jumped across this very log right here, I think they came across it right here. When they came across the log and started walking up that way, I just waited for the 3rd bird to come. Looks like this bird might be better than a 2-year-old based on the spurs. I think I killed the better of the 3 birds. Man, my wife took me out, went with me a couple days ago and helped me put a new choke tube on in this thing, a Gobbler stopper, and I changed my ammunition from Remington to Winchester load. It's supposed to work really well with this choke, and it did a flat number on him. Last year I missed multiple birds with this gun. It was the first year I had this gun, so this is a really good way to start out the season. It's the first time I've ever killed a bird on the first day, so I'm really happy with them. I'm going to get my tag notched and get him out of here. Alright, this is a ridge that I call Turkey Ridge. This is where my nephew killed his first bird. I killed the biggest gobbler in my life, not even 60 yards from where I just shot this one. And it's actually reminded me of that hunt because I drew that big gobbler, a real big mature tom with a paintbrush beard and a 1 1/4 inch spur on it. But I drew him across the gorge as well. So this is the first time I've used this Thunder Cluck and Purr by Flextone. I mixed it up with the Thunder Cutting, and I'd already put this other tube away, but just a regular Primos tube call, and a little bit of slate, just a very little bit of slate. So I just want to sound like multiple hens over here, and it worked out pretty good. This turkey here looks like it's got about a 9.5, 10-inch beard on it, and just over an inch, real sharp spurs. So it's at least a 3-year-old. It's a good tom, probably about 18, 19 pounds. I don't think it's going to go 20. But just to show you my setup, that's where I was sitting at, right there. You can see my slate. And I never did get a chance to get my decoys out. I just thought it was too thick in here for that. And there's the tree where I shot him around, and he was just standing about 20, 15, 20 yards past it. It was a pretty good shot. It was about a 40 yard shot, maybe right at 40 yards. So I'm real pleased with them. Glad I decided to come back. It's a real sharp spur there. Glad I decided to come back and keep trying after them. It was only 9 o'clock. You know, again, I got in real close on one of the 3 birds this morning. I was just up the ridge above them. The other 2 was on the opposite side of a real fast running creek. We had a hard rain a couple mornings ago, so the creek's roaring. But this one of the 3, I don't know if it was this one, but one of the 3, the one that was just down below me, had a great setup, but it didn't come to me. It went to the other birds, because I think the other birds were with the hens. And I think what really helped me out with these birds was I really got them fired up from the other side of the road down here on the point. They were just up this ridge. Can't really see for the deadfalls, but they were just up this ridge. And I held them there for a long time. The crows had them fired up. Geese had them fired up. I had them fired up. I think maybe their hen or hens kind of drifted away from them. And they were just trying to play catch up after that. And because they really made time across this gorge, and the time it took me to cross the road, they were already across this gorge back here behind me. And so I just settled in and started to sound like a bunch of different turkeys, and they answered me every time. But every time they were further away, and it got to the point to where they were fading to where I could barely hear them. So that's when I went ahead and decided to leave, and went over to back across the road over to the point. Did the half gobble a couple times. They answered, and I could tell they sounded a little closer. And so then I did some Jake yelps, and they were really starting to close the distance at that point. And then by the time I got back across the road and over to here, they were already on the fringe of the opening of the gap on the opposite side. They gobbled over there, I think 2 or 3 times as I was settling in. I kind of kept them gobbling. My pack got all tangled up on me. My decoy pack and the sling of my gun and the seat strap all got tangled up on me. I had a heck of a time getting it off of me, but I got it off of me and got settled in and called to them again with the slate, and they didn't answer. And I felt like the reason why was because they were closing the distance across the gap. Either they were gliding across or they were running across. And so I heard a vehicle come through the gap, and I knew then that you know, that's going to either check them on the opposite side or that's going to push them on across. And right after the vehicle went out of, I couldn't hear it anymore, is when I started hearing them coming in the leaves and through the thick deadfalls. So worked out real good. I was hoping that they were going to come out. I was thinking, because they were actually over on that point on the opposite side, and I was hoping they were going to come out down here, but it didn't work out that way. They end up coming across that big long fallen poplar tree down there. And the end of this pine, which I thought was going to be a detriment to me if they did come that way, ended up it was a blessing, because it allowed me to get my gun up and get it ready for when they come out the back side of it.